Hello students, in our Python series today we will do while loop. While is also called as iterative loop or conditional loop. Now iterative means since it is repeating a task a number of times till the condition is true, and conditional loop means till the condition is true it is repeating the loop, and once the condition is false it will come out of the loop. So here you can see that while loop executes a block of code repeatedly as long as the control condition of the loop is true. This is your NCERT book. You can go through the NCERT book. It is given in NCERT website. Now here how to execute a while loop. Any statements we will initialize and then we will check the condition till the test condition is true. The body of the loop will be executed, and once the test condition is false it will come out of the loop, and whatever task it has to do it will do that task and then it will stop. So this is our while loop. How to write the while loop? While test condition, then the body of the loop in block form. So in block we will write the body. Here you can see this example where you have to print the 5 natural numbers. Using for loop also you have printed 5 natural numbers in the previous video, where you were starting the for loop from 1 and you were mentioning the stop value 1 more than that, and the step value by default it was 1. Now here also you can see count equals to 1 is the initialization. While count is less than equals to 5, it will execute this block. And in this block you are having print count, and count is increasing by 1 once it is printing. So it will print 1 and then it will increase by 1. So 2 is less than 5, it will print 2. Then it will increment to 3. Then 3 is less than 5, then it will print 3. Then it will increment by 1, 4 is less than 5, it will print 4. It will increment by 1, 5 is less than 5, less than equals to 5, so it will print 5. Then it will increment by 1, it will become 6. Now 6 is not less than equals to 5, so it will come out of this loop. So this block will terminate, the loop will terminate, and now it will stop its work. So it will remain inside this loop in this block till this condition is true. So this is your while loop. Now using while, many programs you can solve. So here you can see a list of programs which you have to write in your practical copy: to reverse a number, to check whether a number is palindrome or not, to check whether a number is Armstrong or not, to take out each digit from a number. Now each digit you can add, you can multiply, each digit you can check whether it is even or odd of a big number. Clear? So we can extract each digit of a number using, here there is one method. So let us see that method, how to do it. Now we will start with the first question, reverse of a number. Now how to do these questions, let us see here. Now to reverse a number, we will take a number from the user. We will take a variable rev here. Now while this number is greater than 0, what we have to do to reverse a number, we will simply divide by 10 and the remainder we will store in a rem variable, and the quotient we are storing in n1 variable. Clear? Now what happens when you divide any number by 10, then always the last digit is the remainder, and except the last digit the other portion is your quotient. Suppose the number is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then if you find out the modulus remainder after dividing by 10, then the last digit, that is the 4, is the remainder, and 1, 2, 3 is your quotient. So when any number you divide by 10, the last digit is your remainder, and except the last digit the remaining is your quotient. So here you can see we are entering a number 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 we have stored in n1 also. Rev is 0. Now till n1 is greater than 0, it will simply find the modulus. So modulus, obviously it is always the last digit. So 4 you have extracted. 4 into 10 is 40. Here rev was 0. So 0 into 10, 0 plus 4. So rev will become 4. Then here n1 will be 1, 2, 3. When you go up again, from 1 to 3, 3 will be the remainder. Now rev was 4, 4 10 the 40 plus 3, 43. You can see it has started reversing. So 43 is there. Now 123 divided by 10, quotient is 12. When you go up again, you divide 12 is greater than 0. So 12 when you divide by 10, the remainder is 2, and here rev is 43. So 43 when you multiply by 10, it is 430, and plus next digit was 2, so 432. See, it is reversing, 432. Like this you will reverse, and once the n1 becomes 0, then it will stop the program. So it is printing here the reverse of 1 2 3 4 is 4 3 2 1. Next is palindrome or not. After reversing, you are checking, like here 1 2 3 2 1. When you reverse it, it remains the same. So palindrome means after reversing, you are checking using if. If it remains same, it is a palindrome number. Now the next one is Armstrong or not. So here also you can see for Armstrong what you have to do. Armstrong number means when you add the cube of its digit, then it remains the number itself, like 153. So 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube is 1 cube is 1, 5 cube is 125, and 3 cube is 9. When you add it, it is 153 only. So when you add the cube of its digit, it gives the number itself. So this is your Armstrong number. You can check here, 153 is Armstrong number. So like this, all the different questions you can solve. So let us do one question yourself, like sum of each digit of a number. Let us do it. So I am opening here ideally. Now you also open in mobile. If you are having Pydroid 3, you open Pydroid 3, and let us write the program here. So the program is sum of each digit of a number. So using hash, I am writing here sum of each digit of a number. Now a number you take from the user. How we take a number from the user? Int input, enter the number. After taking the number from the user, what you have to do? You have to store in a different variable. Here I am storing. It was not required for sum, but I am storing in a different variable. Now for sum, I have taken a variable sum equals to 0. I will check here while your num n or n1, both are same thing, is greater than 0, it will execute its task. What task it has to do? You have to take out each digit and you have to give it to sum. To take out each digit, I will use here a remainder variable, and n1 %10 I will take, so it will give the last digit, and then I will give it to sum. So sum plus equals to rem. So remainder is being given to sum, and next thing will be n1 equals to n1 /10. This we have already done. This is called floor division. Only the integer portion it will give. We require only the integer portion and not the decimal portion. Now after this, you come out of this and you print here, print the sum of each digit of, now the number is being given to you as n, so this is your number is, and who is having the value? Sum is having the value. Now this is the end of the program. Now when you will execute your program, you can see the run, execute it. You have to give a name here, so we are using sum of digits, and then it is asking for a number. Now suppose I am giving here 2 3 4 5, then enter. It is giving 14. 5 plus 4 9 plus 3 12 plus 2 14. So answer is correct. Clear? If you want, you can check it with some other number. A smaller number I can give 1 2 3, so it should give 6. So it is giving here 6. So this is correct. Now using this while loop, many programs you can do here, many games you can design here, like a series of all the palindrome numbers from Suppose this question, if you have to display all palindrome numbers. Now what you have to do here, I am just copying and pasting it here. So I am just pasting it here with a hash sign. Yes. Now for this, what all things you have to require, I will use a for loop, will be executed from 100 to 1000, and in that I will check the numbers are palindrome or not, and I will do it. So let us do it. So I have used a for loop for x in range. Here if you don't want to use x, you can take n. For n in range. Now what is your range given? 100 to 1000. One more we write normally, and then we are putting a colon. So automatically all the palindrome numbers it will generate, and here n1 is taking the value of n here, so equals to n. And for palindrome we require a reverse variable which is equals to 0. Now we have already done the program of palindromes. What was it? We were using here while n1 is greater than 0, and then we were taking a remainder here. Remainder was equals to n1 percent 10, and then we were giving to reverse. So reverse equals to reverse into 10 plus rem. We were reversing it, and then finally n1 equals to n1 double slash 10. So over. Now you come out of this and then you check if your original number was equals to reverse, then it is a palindrome number. So let us print all the palindrome numbers. So print the palindrome number n, and you can, if you want to write in the same horizontal row, then end equals to in comma, you can give a comma. Now when you will run your program, what happens here? See, from 100 to 1000, all you can reverse each number, you can check it. 101, reverse of it is 101. 111, reverse of it is 111. 121, reverse of it is 121. So here you can take out any digit, and when you reverse that number, any number you can take it, and when you reverse it, then it remains the number itself. So this is all the palindrome numbers from 100 to 1000. If you want from 1 to 10, 1 to 100, any range, only you have to change the range. Only here you have to change it. So here if you want to give here, suppose I want to give here 200 to 300. So only 200 to 301 you have to give. So 301, and when you will run, it will show here all the palindrome numbers from 200 to 300. So this is our while loop. With while loop, all these questions which are given here, all these questions you can do, even the for questions also which we have already done. Each question you can design using a while loop. So you try it, and if you have any doubt, then you tell your doubt in the comment box. We will clear your doubts. So thank you. Have a nice day.